What if I told you that everything you've been taught about dental health is wrong? You brush twice a day, you floss, you use the expensive mouthwash, and yet every time you visit the dentist, it's the same story. We've got a watch spot here, or looks like you've got another cavity. You're following the rules, but you're still losing the game. It's frustrating, and it makes you feel powerless. But what if the key to healing your teeth wasn't in your toothbrush, but in your gut? What if your own body has a powerful built-in tooth repair system that you've been accidentally turning off? In the next 40 minutes, I'm not just going to show you a few surprising foods. I am going to give you the definitive masterclass on how to reactivate your body's own remineralization process starting today. This is the science they never tell you. The occult science. Your saliva is a healing elixir. Before we talk about a single food, we must first honor the most powerful dental tool in your entire body, your saliva. We've been taught to think of saliva as just mouthwater. This is a profound mistake. Saliva is a highly intelligent, complex liquid. It is a supersaturated, mineral-rich elixir, and its entire purpose is to heal your teeth. Think of it as a 24/7 tooth repair crew, constantly on patrol. You see, your teeth are in a constant state of war. Every time you eat or drink anything acidic, a sip of coffee, a bite of tomato, a glass of wine, you are launching an acid attack on your enamel. This is called demineralization. The acid leaches calcium and phosphate from your teeth, making them soft and weak. But then, your repair crew, your saliva, springs into action. It is rich in calcium and phosphate, and it is highly alkaline. It neutralizes the acid and deposits those minerals back into the microscopic holes in your enamel, re-hardening it. This is called remineralization. This is the healing process. Here is the secret. There are two types of saliva. There is your resting saliva, which is just there to keep things moist. But then, there is stimulated saliva, the kind that flows when you chew. This stimulated saliva is a healing superpower. Studies show it can be up to 10 times more alkaline than your resting saliva. It is the key. So the question is not, how do I brush better? The question is, how do I make my saliva more powerful, and how do I keep it active? This is the core of our strategy, the Immediate Action Toolkit. 3 foods that activate healing today. So, how do we activate this healing saliva right now, at the end of a meal, when your teeth are soft and vulnerable from an acid attack? You use a protective food. This is your first line of defense. I am going to turn each of these into a mini masterclass. 1. The pH neutralizer, hard, aged cheese. I am not talking about a processed plastic-wrapped cheese slice. I am talking about hard, aged cheeses like Parmesan, real cheddar, or Swiss. When the study in Denmark gave children cheese after breakfast, their cavity rates plummeted. Why? It's a 3-part mechanism. First, the science of alkalinity. Cheese is an alkaline food. When you eat it last, it immediately neutralizes the acid from your meal, stopping the demineralization attack cold. Second, the science of the biofilm. Hard cheese contains casein and fats that create a protective fatty biofilm over your teeth. This acts as a physical shield, protecting your enamel while your saliva begins its repair work. Third, and most important, the how-to. This is the part everyone gets wrong. You do not eat the cheese with the meal, you eat it last. After you have finished your dessert, after your last sip of wine, a 1-inch cube of aged cheddar. Chew it slowly, move it around your mouth. You are coating your teeth in a protective, alkaline, calcium-rich barrier. The common mistake: eating cheese on a burger or as part of a sandwich. In this case, it's just another food. It must be the final item to have this therapeutic effect. 2. The bacterial decoy. Xylitol. This is perhaps the most misunderstood and powerful tool we have. Xylitol is a natural sugar alcohol found in fruits and vegetables. But to the cavity-causing bacteria in your mouth, specifically Streptococcus mutans, It is a Trojan horse. The science, the broken key analogy. Think of it this way. Strep mutans, the villain, eats sugar and, as a waste product, excretes acid. This acid is what drills holes in your teeth. When this bacteria sees xylitol, it thinks, "Great, sugar." It eagerly eats it, but the bacteria cannot metabolize xylitol. It's like a key that fits in the lock but breaks off inside. The bacteria's machinery is jammed. It's full, it can no longer eat real sugar, and it starves to death. You are strategically eliminating the enemy. The second mechanism, saliva stimulation. Xylitol is the most powerful non-food stimulator of that healing alkaline saliva we just talked about. The how-to, a mini masterclass in dosing. You must get the dose right. You are aiming for 5 to 10 grams per day, spread out in 3 to 5 doses. The easiest way is with mints or gum. The crucial part is timing. You must use it immediately after a meal or snack. You had your lunch? Pop 2 xylitol mints. Let them dissolve. You are simultaneously starving the bad bacteria and bathing your teeth in healing, alkaline saliva. Common mistakes. Buying gum that only has a tiny bit of xylitol. Look at the ingredients. Xylitol must be the first ingredient listed. Using a xylitol toothpaste is okay, but it doesn't provide the contact time needed. The magic is in the 5-minute bath of saliva after the acid attack. 3. The physical activators. Crunchy, fibrous foods. This is the ancestral method. Foods like apples, celery, and carrots. The science. The mechanical broom. These foods are nature's toothbrush. Their fibrous, abrasive texture physically scrubs plaque and food debris from the surface of your teeth as you chew. But again, that's not the real secret. The how-to. The power of chewing. The real magic is the act of chewing. Chewing these tough, fibrous foods requires intense mastication. This is a 5-alarm fire for your salivary glands, telling them to produce an absolute flood of that premium, high pH, mineral-rich saliva. An apple, for example, is acidic. But the profound stimulation of saliva, it causes more than neutralizes its own acid, leaving your mouth in a healthier, cleaner state. The patient story. I had a client who was a sipper. He sipped coffee all morning. His teeth were sensitive and weak. I told him, "After your last sip of coffee, I want you to eat 5 baby carrots. Chew them thoroughly." 2 weeks later, his sensitivity was gone. He hadn't changed his coffee habit. He had simply added a healing activator at the end of the acid attack. Part 3. The deep root cause. Why your saliva is failing. Okay, so now you know how to activate your saliva. But what if your repair crew shows up to the job site with no tools? What if your saliva is empty? This is the single most important part of this entire video. The minerals in your saliva, the calcium, the phosphate, they do not come from your mouth. They are filtered from your bloodstream. And where does your bloodstream get those minerals? From your gut. If your digestive health is compromised, you cannot absorb the minerals from your food. Your blood will be mineral deficient, and therefore, your saliva will be empty. It will be watery and weak. It won't have the bricks to rebuild the wall. You don't have a tooth problem. You have a mineral absorption problem. I had a patient, let's call her Sarah. She was the perfect patient. She didn't eat sugar, she used xylitol, she brushed with the right toothpaste, and she still kept getting cavities. She was devastated. We ran some tests, and her gut health was a disaster. She was suffering from leaky gut, or intestinal permeability. She was eating all these healthy, mineral-rich foods, but they were passing right through her system. Her saliva was useless. We spent 6 months focused only on healing her gut. Her next dental checkup? For the first time in a decade, 0 cavities. Her dentist was baffled. This is the root cause. The 3-step protocol to build super saliva from your gut. This is the masterclass. We are now going to build super saliva from the ground up. This is the definitive guide to creating a gut that supercharges your saliva with healing minerals. Step 1. Feed your Akkermansia, the gatekeeper. This is the secret chemical hero from the original analysis, and we're going to expand it. In your gut, you have a foundational bacteria strain called Akkermansia mucinifila. Its name means lover of mucus. Its entire job is to live in and manage the mucus lining of your intestines. This lining is the gatekeeper. It's what decides what gets absorbed, minerals, and what stays out, toxins. The villain. Antibiotics, chronic stress, and a processed food diet annihilate your Akkermansia. Without it, your gut lining degrades. You develop leaky gut. Minerals leak out, toxins leak in. The how-to, hero foods. Akkermansia doesn't eat probiotics. It eats polyphenols. These are the bright, colorful compounds in plants. The #1 food for this? Pomegranate. But also, cranberries. Unsweetened juice is perfect. And green tea. By consuming these polyphenol-rich foods, you are not taking a probiotic. You are feeding the single most important bacteria for rebuilding your gut wall. Step 2. Produce butyrate, the gut's fuel. If Akkermansia is the gatekeeper, butyrate is the fuel that builds the gate. Butyrate is a short-chain fatty acid. It is the primary energy source for the cells that line your colon. It is literally the healing food for your gut lining. It's what closes the leaky gaps. The how-to, hero foods. You cannot eat butyrate. Well, you can, but it's not efficient. You must feed the bacteria that produce it. And what do they eat? Resistant starch and soluble fiber. The mini masterclass. This is a game changer. Resistant starch. This is starch that resists digestion. The best sources are cooked and cooled potatoes, potato salad, cooked and cooled rice, sushi, and slightly green bananas. Soluble fiber. This is found in oats, beans, and lentils. The common mistake. People on extreme no-carb diets often starve these butyrate-producing bacteria. Their gut lining suffers, mineral absorption plummets, and their tooth health mysteriously declines despite having no sugar. You must feed these bacteria. Step 3. Master mineral synergy, the K2 secret. This is the new information that makes this the definitive guide. Even if you heal your gut and absorb your minerals, there's one last step. You must tell those minerals where to go. The villain here is a calcification paradox. We see people with osteoporosis, weak bones, who also have calcified arteries, hard arteries. The body has calcium, but it's putting it in the wrong place. The same thing happens with teeth. The hero, vitamin K2. This is the traffic cop vitamin. Vitamin K2 has one job. It activates proteins that tell calcium to go into your bones and teeth and stay out of your soft tissues and arteries. The aha moment. You can be swallowing calcium pills all day, but without K2, that calcium may never even reach your teeth. It's floating around, lost, ending up in your arteries. The how-to, hero foods. Where do you get K2? Not from vegetables, that's K1. You get K2 from two main sources. Fermented foods, specifically natto, a fermented soybean dish. Grass-fed animal products. This is the most surprising one. Grass-fed butter, grass-fed liver, and, full circle, aged cheese from grass-fed cows. That cheese isn't just a topical protector. When it's high quality and grass-fed, it is a systemic source of K2 that is actively directing the calcium from your gut into your tooth enamel. This is the food pairing secret on a master level. Your 4-step healing protocol. You came here looking for a few surprising foods. You are leaving with a new paradigm for dental health. Healing your teeth is not about more brushing. It is about a fundamental shift in your body's chemistry. The formula is simple but powerful. Stop the attack. After every meal, use a protector like hard cheese, xylitol, or an apple to neutralize acid and stimulate healing saliva. Create a healing pause. Stop the constant sipping and snacking. Give your saliva time to do its job. This remineralization window is when the healing happens. Build super saliva. Heal your gut by feeding your Akkermansia, pomegranates, cranberries, and butyrate producers, cooled potatoes, oats, so your saliva is saturated with minerals. Activate the traffic cop. Eat vitamin K2-rich foods, aged cheese, grass-fed butter, to drive those minerals directly into your enamel. My challenge to you is this. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick one thing from this masterclass. For the next 30 days, I want you to commit to ending every single meal with either a 1-inch cube of hard cheese or 2 xylitol mints. That's it. Then, I want you to come back to this video and write "done" in the comments and tell me what you noticed. Do your teeth feel smoother? Is your sensitivity fading? You have the power to heal your body. You just needed the instruction manual. Now you have it.